I got in a fight with my charger again. We're still fighting. I just need to get a new charger at some point, but I'm not ready to give up on our relationship yet. Hello, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do a little bit of archaeology, and in the meantime, I am going to tell you guys about my horse falls. So we're gonna do a little storytime style. Did you guys see the Margin Castle spoilers? Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm mainly like excited for all the cool ass stuff, but it's so gorgeous already and it's still in development. Let's get started with the horse falls. So I started riding when I was 6 years old, and I started riding at a very safe barn. All the horses were very well behaved. There were only fjord horses there. No, it was just really safe. Just to the point that it was not fun, because she wouldn't let us do anything. Then I switched barns. That's a barn where I am now. I've been here for, I don't know, a while. The old barn, I never fell off horse. At this new barn, I did. Spent my first few lessons riding in Shetland. Shetlands are naughty. I fell off a bunch of times because they had this one Shetland who would always put me on that Shetland. First he would go really fast, and then he would just stop out of weight. I think I officially lost my horse. Help. Okay, I'm gonna go for pickup. This is so stupid. Okay, anyways. Second lesson, that pony did exactly what I just said. He ran off with me, and then he stopped out of nowhere. Just like a full-on Western style sliding stop. And I fell off. Did that a bunch of times. I think I fell off about 12 times. During that time, I think I was like 8, 9. My mom had this colleague at her work, because that's where colleagues are. She had 2 horses, one bay mare and one Irish cob. You know, people always say that chestnut mares are crazy, but bay mares, can we talk about that? I've never had a bad experience with a chestnut mare. They're always, I don't know, I'm a chestnut mare person. I love them so much. But I've never had a bad experience with those. Bay mares, on the other hand, they're always so crazy. But I didn't ride that bay mare that day. I didn't know there were archaeological finds here. But okay, I rode the Irish cob. But anyways, I got to ride that Irish cob. Like, right, I got to sit on the Irish cob. Bareback and without a bridle. She didn't even have a rope for the horse. It's like she was holding him by the halter, and I was just like sitting on top, bareback. And I was almost doing the freaking split because that horse was like fat as frick and I was like young. There were fireworks. Like in New Year's Day, we went there, all fun. And then she was like, do you want to ride this horse? So I rode that horse. And I was just like sitting on top of that horse. We were like in the pasture, just like walking circles because I didn't dare to trot because I was always very scared. So then the bay horse ran off. The Irish cob ran off after the bay horse. Didn't even fall off when the horse ran off. I was just like holding those 2-meter long manes. And then he gave a buck. It wasn't even a buck, it was like a jump. Like he would fall off. Yeah, that. I fell off. And it hurt. After that, I didn't get back on, which is stupid, which is not good, but it was just like, I don't even think my mom let me get back on. I don't know. After that, my mom rode the horse, and like the horse was being kind of crazy, but it was alright. This is going so well. So at the same lesson barn that I was talking about before, so like the one that I still ride, the one that I fell off. Lesson barn also has a little chestnut mare. I love that mare so much. I still do. I cannot ride her anymore because I'm too big. I also fell off of her a couple of times. I was riding bareback. This is making a lot of noise. I said it's connected. Why are you being annoying? We're back. Okay, so chestnut mare. I fell off of her 3 times. I feel like I should be sitting on top of this horse. The reign's long because, you know, last few minutes of the lesson it was fine. She doesn't like horses being close to her. And there was this stupid kid that would ride too close to me. Just like really close, so my horse was already pissed off. And then she went to walk right in front of me. Now my horse, like, full speed ran to that other horse and bit him. I was barely holding the reins. I just had 0 balance. So I fell off. I cried because I used to always not, if it didn't hurt and if it wasn't scary, I don't know, I used to just cry when I fell off. That was just like, okay, I fell off, now I need to cry. That was not my mindset, but I don't know. I guess I was just like spooked or something. And next time was actually kind of traumatic. Not really that big of a deal. I fell off this black little pony. We had this pony and he would just be perfect, be a freaking angel the whole entire lesson. All of a sudden, he would just give this big ass buck, horizontal, no, vertical. Yeah, just like full on vertical buck. Everyone fell off. Like, hello, please don't eat my charger. Oh my god, get away. He did in fact eat my charger. And now it's not working again. Just having a nice lesson. And then he gave that massive ass back. And I fell off. And it was like, I fell off really hard. And I fell like on my head. My helmet was broken. Not because it was a bad helmet. I remember when I got up, the first thing I said was, I see 2 cones, because we have cones in the arena to do exercises with. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Yeah, that was very fun. And I didn't have brain damage. I don't know what it's called. After that, I had like 5 lessons where I would be so scared. Like the first lesson after that was just like dramatic. I was just like sitting, because it was so sweet. My riding instructor called my mom, like what horse does she want to ride, because it's really scary and she felt really hard. And I was like, the chestnut mare, because I left the chestnut mare. And then I got on and I got so scared. After 10 minutes I just got off the horse. 3 lessons after that, or 4 lessons after that, I rode this really nice horse. They had this, I think it was a Welsh pony or something, but she was like an angel. I rode like 4 lessons of her and I got all my trust back. A couple of private lessons on the leash on her. And at some point I remember we were cantering and someone was holding me. And I remember feeling like I'm in a freaking horse movie. Like I felt like the main character. Which, okay girl, I was like 9. And feeling a little adventurous today. So someone like running next to me, poor riding instructor. She had to run next to me and hold my horse. And I was just like, let go. I said it in such a dramatic way, but I felt so special. So then she let me go and I cantered like half a circle. I put the horse back in trot and I felt like I could literally just like go to the Olympics. I have my script that I spent like half an hour searching for in my last video, and now I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I can find it. I was also like talking about how my room is like this big ass mess. I'm just gonna describe it to you, but I have this map where I keep my video ideas because I'm very serious about this. I also wrote down my horse falls so I could make this video. I can find that anywhere. So then we went on a little searching journey and my cat came to help and it was really fun, you know. I didn't find it and I fell over stuff that's on my floor. I have clothes lay over there, notebooks, a bunch of notebooks because I have notebooks for everything. Then we have a bunch of paper with drawings on it. Then we have 2 of my sketchbooks laying on there, halfly broken because I stood on them. I don't even want to know what that is. Stuff from my dad that he was just like, you know what, it's already that messy, I can just like throw my stuff on there. I don't know why this is even here. And then body cream, face cream, skincare products. There's like a bunch of random stuff over here, like one pathway from my bed to the door. So that's what I've been living in for the past 2 years. No, that's not true. For the past half year. Yeah, now I have my amazing list with chestnut hair. Because after that, I was clear for a while. I didn't fall for a while. 3 clear years without falling off my horse. Why would you be so annoying? I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was at horse camp. We had a jumping lesson. I was riding her, and she likes jumping, but don't, because I am really scared to jump. I don't know why. I still am. It's just like I do freaking everything, but jumping, that's just where I draw the line. So this horse doesn't jump if she doesn't have to, you know. If you're just like, I don't know, she's just like, oh, you don't know? Okay, well then I'm not gonna go. So she just didn't jump. She stopped, she went left, she went right, she went backwards, she did everything but go over the jump. And I didn't mind. I was just like, okay, fine, yeah. I mean, I don't care. Then to the jump. And my instructor was just like, yeah, come on. Just like, you know, and my horse was like, oh, wait, because now I'm gonna get excited. Now I want to jump. I don't know what she thought. So I was just like totally not prepared, which is like not a good mindset when you go jumping. Yeah, well, she's not gonna jump anyways. That's not a good mindset. That was my mindset. So I was just like totally not prepared for a jump. Fun. So she started cantering. So I was just like, okay, fine, go and canter. And she jumped. and she jumped so high. So I just like got thrown into the air, fell on the side of my leg and my knee, and the rest of the camp my knee hurt so bad that I couldn't ride. 2 months after that, so I rode that same one. There was this kid in my lesson that was afraid of the chestnut mare, but my instructor was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it one time, and if you really don't like it, you can switch with me, because I love chestnut mare. We switched horses and I got on chestnut mare. Of course, you always have to check the girth. It's like the riding instructor always checks the girth. She didn't. I also didn't, because I don't know, I just forgot. I was just like, that kid just rode half a lesson on this horse. I think the girth will be alright. We went to canter and this saddle would just like slide to the back of the horse, which they're really sensitive there, especially mares. This horse just slowly went faster and faster and faster. And I was just like, it's getting a little windy over here. And instructor was like, whoa, you need to slow down a little bit. So then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I tried to slow her down and I was like, feels like my brakes are broken. I just like couldn't stop her anymore. At some point we got into the corner and she gave a buck, like while running. I managed to stay on. Went to the circling technique. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put you in a little circle. So I did that and the horse stopped. She went like walking. I couldn't get her to really stop, but she went like walking. And because we were going in a circle, the saddle would slowly slide to the inside of the circle. And then I fell off. I like slid off like a cartoon figure. Okay, so next fall was at a competition. I was riding another chestnut mare. This mare was like huge. This didn't happen that long ago. I think like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I even had this on film. Have like the warm-up arena and the competition arena where you need to ride your competition, you know, and then we have the warm-up arena. Like actually riding with that mare, she was nice, but she was a little spooked because it was like at night, or like not at night, it was really late, it was dark outside already and it was winter and she was fresh as frick. Can you shut up? I'm trying to film the video. At some point she jumped to the side. Oh my days, this charger is pissing me off in our... I'm gonna close my window because people are really annoying. The computer runs out of battery. We're just gonna live with it. Okay, so I fell off the horse because she jumped to the side, which was really stupid. But basically, I was just like in full-on competition attire, white pants, white saddlebag, everything was dirty, so I fell off. After that, I still rode the competition. We didn't place, but you know, a couple of falls of that fjord horse that I'd take care of. This one happened like before the competition fall. I didn't take care of him yet, I just went, but he is the horse of a friend of my mom. That's a bunch of rocky mountains, and I just got to ride the rocky mountain, and then after that the fjord horse. She doesn't have a saddle for the fjord horse, she does for the rocky mountains, but not for the fjord horse. I was just like trotting around, you know, and at some point he spooked. And he ran off, and I fell off, so it was very boring. That was basically just what happened. Next fall from that fjord horse, it's like going on a fun little hack, you know, with the fjord horse. We went to the gallop path. It's bareback, once again, of course, because I'm like a bareback queen. Oh, come on, I'm just trying to get down. He already knows, so he was like really fresh. Right back home, you know, and I felt something slipping out of my back pocket. That was my phone. Tried to just like grab it as a like reflex. So I leaned full onto the side. I didn't think of the fact that I was sitting on a horse, bareback, and I just like went full off on the side and basically just like threw myself from the horse, and the horse was like running to the end of the gallop path, which is so stupid. And I didn't catch my phone, you know, the phone was already on the floor, on the sandy floor, and it couldn't charge for 3 days because there was sand in the charging hole. It's really stupid. It hurt, that's the joke, it hurt. I have 2 more falls to go. Okay, so one was a crazy hack. Okay, so I went to this other barn to just like go on a little hack. It was a Halloween themed hack, very fun. But it was autumn, and it was really windy and stormy outside, and everyone had like capes, and it was like fun colored, and we went on this 4-hour hack, 5-hour hack, because we had lunch in between 6 hour. It was 6 hour hack because we had like 3 hours, then we would lunch, and then we had 3 hours. I went with the more experienced group, and there was this other group. Our group, 3 people fell off because we had these like young horses with us. They didn't ask if you had ever sat on a freaking horse. They were just like, yeah, you go ride that one, you go ride that one. I was on a brown mare. That horse was so crazy. We would just like jump over bulls and be weird, and it was just like really, really intense. 3 of the horses ran off, and instead of the instructor being like, okay, I'm gonna bring you back to the stables and we're gonna fix this responsibly, she was just like, yeah, well, they will come back, and if they aren't back after like half an hour, I will call someone to go and find the horses. I was like, what? Horses were just like on the loose. And then we went to Canter with like half of the group gone. Some kid fell off because she was riding this 4-year-old, which in my opinion, you shouldn't even be riding. You should just start teaching them how to carry someone on their back, not do 6-hour hacks on them. She was riding that horse, and this horse we were going really, really, really fast. And this horse just gives this massive ass back, and this girl falls off. She fell like full with her side on that thing, which like, ouch. Someone had to come pick her up, like some sort of Squid Game. 2 groups just like came together, the beginners group and a more experienced group, and a more experienced group was just like, yeah, well, let's do another canter. Fell off, and you wanna gallop again? Like, I don't want to. So I went with the beginners group. We walked and trot for a little bit. It's like, all calm, my horse calmed down a little bit, but then she got spooked. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, I ended up on her neck. Koala mode. I couldn't hold on anymore, and I was like far, far behind the group. Not behind, up front. Like, they couldn't see me anymore. And I was just like, yeah, well, I cannot hold on here forever. So I let go. And the horse was calmed down again. I was standing next to the horse. And that group was like, oh my god, did you fall off with like the instructor? Did you fall off? What happened? And I was just like making some dramatic story. Because it's embarrassing to say that you like let yourself fall for some reason. I don't know. The last one. I think 2 months ago. Time is going really fast, you know. I think it was like half a year ago. I think it was 2 months ago. It doesn't matter. It was just like beginning of autumn. We were still riding outside, but it was like really fresh. We all had like wind jackets because it was really, really, really windy and fresh. And all the horses were really fresh that lesson. They spooked. But this thing was like really scary, I think, because they just like kept running and making each other crazy. And this horse that I was riding, brown mare, was running so fast. You know, when you just like go really, really fast and you're not standing in your stirrups, you lose balance, you know, because the horse just gets too bouncy, and if it also goes to the side a little bit, like this, you know. If you have ever experienced that, you just lose your balance. So this horse was like, oh damn, a fence, because we have this like, like a really sharp turn like this, and I lost my balance even more, and I just got like full on thrown into the corner, almost into the fence. So that was my last fall. I wanted to talk about today. I'm gonna make some lunch. I don't know what I will make. I really hope you guys enjoyed. First I was just like gonna put myself through the pain of editing the other video, but I don't know, that would just really be almost impossible. So I'm really glad I redid. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you this Wednesday with the updates, my little quest. Okay, bye bye.